Miami and Houston, Arian Foster, knee issues going into the day. Don't worry, he was just fine. Ryan Tannehill, put that mouthpiece in, kid. It's going to be a long day. Second quarter, Dolphins up 3-0. Miami ball their own 47. Tannehill looking for Legadou Nane, instead finding Jonathan Joseph after tip. I got it. Nice run back down into the red zone. Houston would tie the game in a 35-yarder by Shane Graham. Next Dolphins possession, okay. Let's make sure I've learned my lesson here. Looking for Legadou Nane again. Tipped and intercepted by Brian Cushing. Boy, guys weren't this tall in the Big 12, Coach. I don't understand. 7 plays later, Texans ball, 1st and 10 on the Dolphins 14. Arian Foster in the end zone. Houston up 10-3. Okay. Ryan Tannehill says, I've learned my lesson. I got to throw the ball a little bit higher now. Looking for Brian Hartline. Oh, tipped again? These guys are really tall in the NFL. Kareem Jackson with a pick. It's 3rd interception for Ryan Tannehill. 3 plays later, 2nd and goal on the Dolphins 2. Arian Foster, I'm stronger than you. I'm in the end zone. Houston up 17-3, and Miami is getting blitzed. Well, they've learned their lesson finally after watching Arian Foster bull his way into the end zone. Miami says, let's put the ball on the ground. Make sure we're not going to fumble into... Oh, boy. Daniel Thomas, the ball on the ground. Daniel Manning recovers. Texans ball on the Dolphins 32. 3 plays later, Texans ball, 1st and 10 on the Dolphins 14. Joe Philbin says, it wasn't like this on Hard Knocks. We just played against each other. Andre Johnson with a touchdown catch. 24-3 Texans going to the second half. Third quarter, finally get a little bit of offense from the Miami Dolphins. They put Ryan Tannehill back there to return a kick. No, it's Marcus Thigpen who takes the punt, and he goes 72 yards saying, see, put me on HBO more. I'm pretty good. Ryan Tannehill, he has the celebration thing down, Pat. I mean, not throwing the football yet, but he's got the celebration thing down. All right, it's 24-10, and we have a game right now. Yeah, not so much. Fourth quarter with Houston up 24-10. Texans ball, 3rd and 4. It's Matt Schaub looking for Andre Johnson again. He's got it down inside the 5. They would go on to score again. Johnson, 8 catches for 119 and a touchdown. Final score 30-10. Ryan Tannehill thinks, well, these guys are really tall in the NFL. Raiders and the Dolphins. Carson Palmer hoping to not go 0-2, but that 3 on your jersey, Carson, that's going to be the number to shoot for next week. Ryan Tannehill hoping people would love him instead of his wife more in Miami. Well, he did a lot today. Brian Hartline, nice back shoulder fade there, 21 yards. 1st down, Dolphins at the 5. 6 plays later, it was that kind of drive for Miami. Here's Ryan Tannehill saying, oh my God, green grass in front of me. Touchdown Miami, his first rushing TD of his career. Dolphins take the 7-0 lead. Lauren Hu. 2 Raiders possessions later, 23 seconds left in the first quarter. Carson Palmer hits Mike Goodson in the flat. And there goes Goodson. Gets a big block from Darius Hayward-Bay. And Goodson goes all the way 65 yards. And people are saying that couldn't have been Darren McFadden? Why'd it have to be Mike Goodson? I don't play Mike Goodson in fantasy. Second quarter, game still tied 7-7. Raiders 2nd and 10, their own 39-yard line. Palmer hits David Ausberry. Stiff arms Carlos Dansby. Oh, sit down, Carlos. 1st down, Raiders at the Dolphins 30. Carlos Dansby. Do not do any interviews this week, my friend. It's not going to be pretty. 3 plays later, $1:08 left in the first half. Palmer rolls right, throws to Darren McFadden. Oh! McFadden, the invisible force field on his chest, preventing him from catching that touchdown. Raiders would add a 25-yard field goal lead, 10-7. Third quarter, Dolphins trailing 10-7. Then it's Reggie Bush's turn. Here comes Reggie Bush. He dances. He breaks. 4 tackles on his way to the end zone. Suddenly, Reggie Bush is a super-duper star. Look at this replay. I got him. No. Oh, no. That's exactly how Fresno State tried to tackle Reggie Bush in college. It didn't work for them. And Reggie with a big throw into the stands. I think he can throw it farther than Tannehill can. Dolphins take the 14-10 lead. Next Dolphins possession, 1st and 10, their own 35. Reggie Bush goes around the end. And this is very Bo Jackson-esque. I'm going to run away from everybody. 65 yards. It's his 6th straight game with 100-plus scrimmage yards, a Dolphins franchise record. At this point, he had 32 fantasy points. Dolphins punting on their next possession. Phillip Adams back to return for the Raiders. Adam runs right. And he's going to go 47 yards, take it all the way down to the Dolphins' 25-yard line. Raiders would add a 27-yard Sebastian Janikowski field goal again. Seabass turning out to be the Raiders' most important offensive player. Fourth quarter, Dolphins' next possession, they lead 21-13. Ryan Tannehill again looking. Brian Hartline, maybe he's found his number 1 guy. First down, Miami Dolphins. 3 plays later, Dolphins 3rd and 7 at the 41. Ryan Tannehill again. Brian Hartline. It's like Montana and Rice. Who knew? Another Dolphins first down. 2 plays later, 1st and 10 at the 14. Ryan Tannehill, I got to keep my tight end happy. Anthony Fasano breaks tackles into the end zone. It's his first touchdown pass of his career. Hooray! Dolphins win 35-13. And Joe Philbin's going to be saying, oh my God, to try to clean this field up after this is going to be really tough.
All right, let's get down to Miami Jets and Dolphins. Darrelle Revis called this a must-win. Tony Sperano back in Miami. Of course, he was 4 years as the Dolphins head coach, now the OC for the Jets. And, well, they couldn't get anything going early on. Who's the punt protector?
Tebow. Whoa!
Oh, you're all singing for him. Now he's got a first down. I see how we go.
That's right.
Okay, front runners. Here we go. We moved the chains. It would set up a Nick Folk field goal. Jets down 10-3. Now, this is just a 4-yard run by Reggie Bush, who had 61 on the day, but he injures his left knee. MRI coming up on Monday.
Man, what a moving. But he's gotta keep your legs moving as a back.
You know what? Tim Tebow hasn't thrown a pass yet for the Jets, but on 3rd and 3, Michael Irvin, they try and throw it to him.
Yeah, man, and my bold prediction just went down the tube right there and all of that. I bold predict him to throw 2 touchdowns, and they still. Yeah, right there.
First of all, when you throwing the ball to Tim Tebow, there's something wrong with your offense. Let's get that straight.
Well, it says we're not serious about offense.
All right, 10-10 right now in the 3rd. Ryan Tannehill, Daniel Thomas, but this isn't the big news, not the run, but rather what happens to Darrelle Revis. Non-contact injury on this one. Left knee, MRI coming up on Monday.
That doesn't even look bad, but it just happened.
Well, he didn't leave on crutches, which was good news, but he did have a severe limp heading.
Praying for you, man.
4 plays later, Tannehill to Anthony Fasano. How about this, playmaker?
You know what? When they got Anthony Fasano from the Dallas Cowboys, I always thought he was a pretty good player. Now they're starting to give him some opportunities to prove that he is.
But was it a catch? Watch it.
You see it.
Watch it. Wait, watch it.
Now, right there.
The Jets challenged it, and they said it was a catch.
You got to maintain the ball to the ground.
Lead to a Dolphins touchdown run.
It doesn't move out of your hand.
4th quarter, Jets down 4. Mark Sanchez to Jeremy Curley from 7 yards out. How about, you're not chanting Sanchez's name, guys?
There's a reason.
He's the starter.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think it's Sperano.
Yeah, he is.
He's emotional about this thing.
I told you.
Win this thing for me.
Can you pick out which of those guys got fired on that sideline by Miami? Hard to tell. Then Tannehill looking down the field for Devon Best. Uh-oh, that's Revis' replacement, Kyle Wilson, who gets flagged. Dan Carpenter connected on a 41-yarder to force overtime. Extra session. Carpenter now for the win from 48.
Ray Finkel. Don't do it.
You know, Rex Ryan, who continues to lose weight by the week.
Rex looks good, man.
Yeah, he does.
Rex going to be in some Wranglers in a minute.
His team's got a chance now. It's Sanchez to Santonio Holmes, who had 9 catches for $137.
And makes plays when he really needs to make plays. That's Antonio Holmes, not the biggest guy in the world, but he's a crafty little receiver.
So now the Jets are going to kick the winner on 3rd down. Nick Bolton gets it blocked, however. Joe Philbin, what are you doing? These coaches, why do they always call these timeouts?
He got that from Shanahan, trying to ice this man. He done iced himself.
Yeah. So now Folk, who said, you know what, I've been through this before.
He's gonna make it now.
I had a few years ago where I was with Dallas and up in Buffalo. They iced me. I'll nail it. I'm good. 33. Just another easy day for Sexy Rexy and the Jets, who are now 2-1 as they get ready for the Niners. That's going to be fun. To knock the quarterback at the end of this game.
4th down.
All right, Kevin Cobb and the Cards looking to improve to 4-0 for the first time since '74 against the rookie Ryan Tannehill. Played very, very well. 4th quarter, yeah, they were in St. Louis. Tannehill.
This guy's really coming on,
to
too.
Legadu Nani.
Legadu, I like that name.
Yeah, but you don't like this.
Oh, geez. Pick it up now, Patrick.
You know what he's going to do with it.
He's like a tailback.
He knows what he's going to do with it. And you know what he's going to do with it. 21 reasons. And watch what he does with it. And watch what he does with it.
Oh. Gets it down close to the goal line.
And he stuck the landing.
However, Cobb would get picked off by Sean Smith in the end zone. Now Tannehill to Brian Hartline wide open. 253 receiving yards for him. That's a Dolphins franchise record.
Wow.
253.
More than Duper and
How
Clay?
about Ryan Tannehill, over 400 yards passing.
You let a man catch for 200.
Finished with 431, one shy of the rookie record set by Cam last year. But Cobb,
Boom! Perfect throw.
to Andre Roberts for the touchdown. Yeah, give yourself a salute. Cobb threw for 324 and 3 scores along with 2 picks. So we went to overtime. Dolphins for the second straight week in overtime. Tannehill so good on this day, but hit by Paris Leonard, picked by Kerry Rhodes.
Oh, boy.
Tannehill threw for 431, so bummed. So now it's up to Jay Feely, and this is a Feely good moment. Yeah.
Nothing more than
46 yards for the win. They're 4-0, and they're on Thursday night football this week against the St. Louis Rams.
Dolphins and the Bengals, as Jeff Healy said in Roadhouse, the man's name is Dalton. Ryan Tannehill finally eclipsing his wife's fame by throwing for 431 last week. 1 yard shy of Cam Newton's passing record. First quarter, Dolphins trailing 3-zip. Jaworski Lane. I love Jaworski Lane because he's built like me, but he fumbles on the goal line or in the red zone, recovered by Terrence Newman. Ensuing Bengals possession, still leading 3-0. 4th and 2. Dalton connects with Jermaine Gresham for 20 yards. Bengals first down. They would settle for a field goal 6 plays later. Second quarter now, Dolphins still down 6-zip. 9th play of their drive, Daniel Thomas goes off right tackle for a 1 yard touchdown. The Dolphins take a 7-6 lead. Those are fantasy points from Reggie Bush I did not get because Daniel Thomas got in the end zone. Third quarter, Bengals trailing 7-6, 3rd and 4 on their own 42-yard line. Dalton looking for Andrew Hawkins. Mr. Excitement Andrew Hawkins, except when you get picked off the line of scrimmage by Randy Starks. Dolphins take over at the Bengals 36-yard line. Don't throw many interceptions to defensive linemen. So Dolphins have the ball, 4th play of the drive. This is Reggie Bush, who dances, goes left, and gets into the end zone for a 13-yard touchdown. Yes, Reggie Bush with the facial. That's how Marv would have said it. Ensuing Bengals possession, trailing 17-6, Ben Jarvis Green Ellis off left tackle. He gets stuffed by Rashad Jones and Randy Starks. He loses 2 yards. Dolphins showing why they have the best run defense in the National Football League. So the Dolphins get the ball back. Tannehill looking for Brian Hartline. Just a tad short of 253 on the day, but still, this is a big one for 30 yards. Dolphins would try a 53-yard field goal 4 plays later, but it would be no good. Fourth quarter, Bengals get the ball back. 1st and goal from the Dolphins, 2. Andy Dalton looking for A.J. Green, and he's got him. Yes, A.J. Green with the teardrop. Bengals trail 17-13. Now there's a $1:30 left in the game. Bengals still trailing 17-13. No timeouts left. Dalton looking for Andrew Hawkins, and it's picked off by Rashad Jones at the 50. The Dolphins win at 17-13. Not exactly what Andy Dalton had in mind. Rams and the Dolphins honoring Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas, who now are both former Masters champion winners. Hey, who knew? Ryan Tannehill looking to get the Dolphins to 500 for the first time this season. Second quarter, Dolphins ball down 6-zip after 2 Legatron field goals. Tannehill looking deep, and he finds Nat Moore for a 29-yard touchdown. Where have you been for like the last 25? Actually, it's Marlon Moore, but I like seeing a guy named Moore in a Dolphins jersey. Dolphins up 7-6. We get to the third quarter. Yeah, this is how good the game was. Dolphins ball up 10-6. Tannehill flips it to Reggie Bush, who gains 9 yards. Reggie Bush found it tough going all day against the Rams defense. Yes, I had him in fantasy, I know. Tough going for Reggie Bush. Next play, 3rd and 6 on the Rams' 15-yard line. Tannehill dumps it off to Reggie Bush again, who takes it for 14 yards down to the 1 yard line. Really, Reggie, you couldn't get in the end zone for me? You couldn't do that for me? Thanks a lot. Next play, 1st and goal. Tannehill, nope. Anthony Fasano. The 1 yard touchdown. The Dolphins lead 17-6. Look at this suddenly potent Dolphins offense. Later in the third, Dolphins ball, same score, 1st and 10. Tannehill gets hit hard by Jolon Dunbar, fumbles the ball out of bounds. This is a far fumble. You get hit pretty hard when you fumble the ball all the way out of bounds like that. Tannehill, though, would finish with a couple of touchdown passes. Dolphins forced to punt. 4th quarter now. Yes, we rapidly move to the 4th quarter because this is how the game went. Again, Bradford looking for Brandon Gibson, 8 yards in the first down. Here comes the Rams. Bradford pumped up after keeping the Rams alive. 5 plays later, 4th and goal on the 1. Bradford keeps it himself, goes in for the touchdown. Rams would get the 2-point conversion, still down 17-14. Dolphins have the ball. Reggie Bush runs for no gain. Flipped up in the air, almost like Nat Moore on the helicopter play. And now we've come full circle with Nat Moore references. Bush is ruled short of the marker. Dolphins forced to punt. Next play, 4th and 1. Chris Clemens takes the direct snap on the fake punt for 3 yards. Oh, Bill Parcells would be proud of that one. Dolphins get a first down, but later on are forced to punt. Joe Philbin keeping the field very clean, as you know if you watch Hard Knocks. So Rams get the ball back. Sam Bradford looking for Brandon Gibson, 22 yards out of bounds. Rams on their own 49-yard line. Look at that one-handed catch. This is going to set up a 3rd and 4 on the Dolphins' 45-yard line. Bradford gets sacked for a 3-yard loss. So the Rams are going to be forced to trot out Zerline, Legatron, for 66 yards and the win. Here's a hint without a spoiler. It has plenty of leg. Legatron. Oh, Starscream, you have failed me again. Dolphins win at 17-14.
Broncos, they head to Cincy to take on the Bengals. Let's check out the AFC East. Dolphins at Miami. Roger Goodell hanging out with a local 5th grader who wanted to use pink flags today in the game.
Good idea.
Great cause.
There's a 5th graders in my school that want to do some things too.
They need to write a letter. They need to write a letter to Goodell.
Bam!
Reggie Bush was doing some big things. 19 yards.
Reggie Bush, though. Wait a minute. This is the guy that we call soft. That pink flag came out. Reggie Bush said, I'm sick of all of that. He just trying to put his hand right in. I like that.
Ryan Tannehill sacked by Calvin Pace, loss of 9 yards. Tannehill was hurt on the play. He did not return. In comes Matt Moore, and in came Tebow 2 Jets possessions later.
He has to get the other guy. They got to get the other guy. They got to decide on which guy. He's supposed to get most dangerous. What I know about special teams, I don't touch him.
It gets worse for the Jets. Mark Sanchez gets stripped, and it is recovered by the Dolphins.
They should have communicated.
He had to take the inside guy.
Thomas scores a touchdown off of that turnover, and Miami leads 20-0 at the half. In the 3rd quarter, look what Joe Namath tweets. He said, no way I would start Tebow in the 2nd half, and Rex Ryan wasn't feeling it either. Sanchez back out there. Pass for Stephen Hill is dropped in the end zone.
You know, the rookie now, he's had some nice games and some big catches, but he's had some drops too. He's been inconsistent. He's got to catch that.
You can't wait on the ball. Go take the ball.
That was a nice
Matt Moore fitting in very nicely. He
China
finds
7. They call that China 7. Outside guy in, inside guy, corner route.
2 Jets possessions later, Sanchez intercepted by Chris Clemens at the 1. He returns at 29 yards. Sanchez finished with 283 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Dolphins win 39.
Who thought this game could have playoff implications back in September, but it does. Ryan Tannehill getting the start. Andrew Luck has been great at home. Let's see if he can continue. Colts 2nd possession, down 3-zip, pocket collapsing. Andrew Luck rolls to his right, finds T.Y. Hilton for a gain of 25 yards. 1st and 10 in the Dolphins' 42. There's got to be some kind of Hilton endorsement deal for him. A couple of plays later, Reggie Wayne, for some reason, is single-covered touchdown. High-five me, Reggie. High-five me again. He's a man of the people, Reggie Wayne. Colts lead it by the score of 7-3. Dolphins have the ball. It's Ryan Tannehill looking. Turn on your hotline. Hauls it in for the 35-yard catch. 1st and 10 on the Colts' 45. 2nd quarter now, 4 plays later. 2nd and 8 on the Colts' 31. Tannehill looking for Charles Clay. Look how deep this Miami backfield is. Charles Clay is in the end zone, 31 yards away. Dolphins up 10-7. Take another look. Tannehill gets a great matchup. Clay outruns Pat Anger into the end zone for the score. So the Colts get the ball back, 1st and 10 in their own 20. First play of the drive, Luck off play action looking for Donnie Avery. 48 yards later, he's got him into double coverage. What a pass. 1st and 10 in the Dolphins' 32. Take another look. Luck with a free play. Just said, hey, I'm going to take a big chance deep. And just drops it in there. Splitting double coverage. The drive would end with a 23-yard Adam Vinatieri field goal. Game tied at 10. Dolphins get the ball. 1st and 10 in the Colts' 18. Reggie Bush. It looks like he's playing against Fresno State at USC. 18-yard touchdown. Dolphins up 17-10. Take another look. Watch this run by Bush. He runs left. He stops. He cuts it back. Makes 3 guys miss. 4, 5. See, you can count because you can see the numbers on the screen. I watch a lot of Sesame Street with my daughter. That's how I know. 6. We need the count on this highlight. 6. 6. Dolphins score on all 3 of their first possessions to start the game. Colts final drive, 34 seconds left in the half.
Luck throws an open T.Y. Hilton, who drops the short touchdown. Watch it again. Hilton runs past Sean Smith, but just can't haul it in his hands. Colts would settle for a 47-yard Vinatieri field goal, 17-13 at halftime. Third quarter, Colts still trailing 17-13. Luck going deep for a double-covered T.Y. Hilton. Hey, I'm going to go back to you. And he comes through, jumps in front of the defenders for a 36-yard touchdown. Hilton 6 for 102 yards and a score on the day. What was it I said about Andrew Luck being good at home? Yeah, you better watch out for that. Fourth quarter, Colts ball tied at 20. Luck throws down the middle to Reggie Wayne. He gains 6 and a first down. Luck, 204 yards and a touchdown on third downs in this game. 204 and a score on third down. He's falling down, and he completes it to Reggie Wayne, who's falling down. You talk about guys being in sync. Two guys falling down, throwing passes to each other. Colts get the ball back, same score, 3rd and 4. Luck's pass is almost picked off by Sean Smith. Hits the ground, correct call. Colts will be forced to punt. Look at it again. Right there. Had it the first time around, but the bounce hit the ground. Dolphins have the ball, 3rd and 15 in their own 45. Tannehill looking for Devon Bess. Just overthrown. It's incomplete. Indianapolis maintains the 23-20 lead. Next play, Tannehill rolls right, throws left. It's caught by Daniel Thomas, but is short of the first down by a yard. Colts would win it, 23-20.
Titans and the Dolphins. Jake Locker's first game back since being hurt against the Texans week 4. Ryan Tannehill. Dolphins have lost 3 games by 3 points each this season. First quarter, Miami's ball, no score. Reggie Bush runs right. Pretty good gain, but he fumbles. Titans would recover. Take another look. McCourty knocks the ball out, makes the recovery. Reggie Bush would not see the field. After that, kept hitting refresh on my stats going, is Bush just, no, he's just not in the game. Ensuing Titans possession, Chris Johnson runs right, 21 yards later. Looks like he's back to being the old CJ2K. First down Titans on the Dolphins 7 in Miami. Pretty good against the rush. 3 plays later, it is 3rd and goal on the 9-yard line. Jake Locker looking for Kendall Wright, the rookie. 9 yards later, he's in the end zone. Titans lead 7-0. Reggie Bush. Yes, this is what happened. My fumble led to this touchdown. Rookie from Baylor leads all rookies in receptions this year. Next Titans possession, still 7-0. Jake Locker trips, scrambles. This is what Jake Locker does well. 20 yards on the ground. Watch it again in the backfield. He trips. Well, the turf monster got him. But he gets up and still runs for the first down. Titans have the ball on the Dolphins' 45-yard line. 4 plays later, it is 4th and 2 on Miami 37. Jake Locker looking for some magic. Scrambles up the middle for 5 yards and a first down. Titans get it at the Dolphins' 32. 2 plays later, they have the ball on the Miami 17-yard line. It is the 7th play of the drive. Chris Johnson stops, back. Nope, I'm going to go here and this way. And, yep, and touchdown. I think CJ2K is back, everybody. Reports of his demise greatly exaggerated. Watch it again. This is just something he does that nobody else can. He's bottled up, and using that acceleration speed just gets away from everybody into the end zone. First 100-yard rusher against the Dolphins since 2011, week 2, and that was Ben Tate. Second quarter, Dolphins have the ball, 3rd and 1 on the 47. Tannehill looking for Charles Clay. Instead, he finds Colin McCarthy. The Titans defense gets in the end zone. The much maligned Titans defense in the end zone. 21-0. That was 108 pass attempts for Ryan Tannehill between picks. Third quarter, Titans ball up 24-3. Locker looking for Kenny Britt. Yeah, wide receivers will get involved in this game somehow. Down the middle, he is wide open for a 28-yard gain. Takes it down to the 21-yard line. It's 3 plays later, 3rd and 15 in the Dolphins' 26. Locker's going to look for Jared Cook on this play. Jared Cook, who will play great and then disappear, and then play great and disappear. The appearing act of Jared Cook in the end zone for the touchdown. Titans up 31-3. Look at the concentration on this play from Cook. The ball over his shoulder. Back shoulder, still comes down with it. Fourth quarter, Dolphins ball, same score. Ryan Tannehill looking for Jabbar Gaffney.
Dolphins could be getting in the end zone. No, instead, Zach Brown steps in front. Second time it happened in the game. Could they go all the way for it? No. Ryan Tannehill saves the touchdown. No picks in his last 4 games. 3 on the day for Tannehill. The Titans win it by the final of 37-3.
The USAA, the NFL Salute to Service campaign, the official military appreciation sponsor of the NFL, has been inviting fans to salute the military on behalf of their favorite team to earn rewards for their local military community all November long. Get involved at millionfansalute.com, everybody. As for the game, the special teams were quite special. As you see, with 1 minute and 15 seconds into the game, Leotis McKelvin takes it to the house. And what does 21 do?
Well, 21 is going to hold it up, but I love the vision. He know I'm here. That's why you got to hold it up in a hot step, baby. We teach that.
7-0 Buffalo. 90 ticks into the game. 2 Bills possessions later. Marcus Thigpen off the punt, and he's gone.
One move and it is over. And I've watched many punt returners, kick returners. When they make that one move, open house.
96 yards for the touchdown, makes it a 10-7 game. C.J. Spiller was the man for the Bills on offense today. No Fred Jackson because he was out with a concussion. C.J. Spiller picking up the slack, Marshall, in every phase of the game.
You know, Rich, he was dynamic tonight. And the way that Chiangela used him, a lot of screen games, a lot of outside runs, but he didn't forget to run him up the middle. The kid had a tremendous night.
He had 39 yards receiving on 3 catches and then 21 rushes for 91 yards. Here is a 20-yard gain off the middle.
Just look at the vision, Rich. The vision, the cuts. He never loses speed when he makes a cut, and that's a great attribute for a back to half.
Ryan Lindell with 4 first-half field goals, and it was a 19-7 game all the way into the 4th quarter when Devon Best was ruled out of bounds, but that's a red challenge flag from Joe Philbin, a quality challenge by the Dolphin head coach. That's 2 feet, and even though he does move the ball up onto his shoulder to secure it, going down to the ground, this was ruled a touchdown because he never really lost possession throughout the catch. Went down to the ground, and that is a score for Ryan Tannehill,
Wonderful job
who
by
got
Dennis.
the ball back on his own 1-yard line, begins to march down the field, 3rd and 2 with the chance of Brian Hartline, Michael Irvin.
Brian Hartline has been doing real good this season with young Ryan Tannehill. Gets the first down right there.
After the 2-minute warning on 2nd and 11, Ryan Tannehill throwing it up for grabs. What a play by Jairus Byrd.
This is a Ed Reed type of play. Jairus Byrd, when he came onto the scene in the NFL, made a sudden impact his rookie year, and he's still doing it right now.
Great pedigree, Brian.
All turnovers are reviewed. That was upheld as a great score, but the Bills go 3 and out. The Dolphins use all of their timeouts and get the ball back for Ryan Tannehill once again from the Buffalo 47. Tannehill looking for Brian Hartline, finds him, but the reason why Hartline was open was...
A little pass interference right there by Brian Hartline.
Offense, they called an offensive
Bad call by the refs.
That was Michael Irvin-ish.
That they did, and then on the next play, Tannehill looking for Bess again, instead finds Brian Scott, and that finally wraps things up
Take it to the house.
for the Buffalo Bills, who are 4-6, just like the once upon a time 4-3 Miami Dolphins. They have lost 3 in a row. C.J. Spiller running out onto the field, chatting with Reggie Bush, and he is going to be running to our K Jewelers post-game set.
Better hurry up.
Within a matter of moments, as it's a 19-14 final score.
It's that time of the day. First highlight of the afternoon.
We've been waiting
long trip.
time for this.
Long trip for Russell Wilson and the Seahawks down to Miami. The longest second quarter. Yes. Yeah.
Can you go any
longest
further?
possible.
I guess you go from Bangor, Maine to San Diego, Maine.
But nobody would.
Yeah, you're right.
Reggie Bush is getting quite a few highlights this year.
If they give him the football, he can do this. Every week. Just give him the football.
21-yard touch. 7-0.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson had a big day looking for Golden Tate. Got him. Nice catch.
Wow.
Excellent catch.
That's pretty solid right there. The Seahawks just don't travel well. What a great catch that is. Good concentration. He's not a hands catcher either. He's a body catcher.
Yes.
Russell Wilson, 21 out of 27.
Make a play, Russ.
Couple of touchdowns. Here's a play. Rolling out to his left. A little patience and some touchdown.
The thing that I like that he does when he scrambles, he always keeps his head up looking down the football field, but he also throws accurate passing. He doesn't get too flustered and say, oh, and makes an inaccurate throw. He always is accurate when he throws the ball on the run.
He's one of these guys who scrambles to throw first, but when he has to run, he can run well, like right here. picking up 20 yards.
And his decision-making when he comes to these situations is always the proper one.
Led to a touchdown pass to Michael Robinson. Seattle on top. And then this happened.
Slip and slide, wet and slide. Hey, isn't that warm?
That's part of the new ownership. That's what they do now. In the middle of the game, everyone's allowed to come onto the field and run like a slip and slide.
Wasn't there a commercial when they do that to kind of change the outcome of the game?
Yeah.
That was like a Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh, we can't say that. They don't sponsor us.
Yes. Fourth quarter, 14-7.
Just hit your Papa John's, will you, buddy?
Rookie on rookie.
Commercial.
Yeah. There's a rookie mistake.
Yeah,
when a veteran does it and it works, it's a nice play, but that's just an interception by Bobby Wagner.
Well, he didn't make many of these mistakes.
He got bailed out right there, too, by that.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, that's going to cost you 15.
Yeah, roughing the passer on Earl Thomas. It comes back, and Daniel Thomas right back up the middle. 3-yard touch. Dolphins tied the game at 14.
What would you say if I told you guys that the Dolphins ran it for 189 yards against the Seahawks front seven today?
That lets you know their legs were weary.
What would you say if I said they shouldn't have kicked it to Leon Washington?
I would say you are correct, sir. And I also would say you're showing me special teams plays because something dynamic happened.
Always.
Like a 98-yard return for Leon Washington. Seahawks back on top, 21-14. Dolphins with it now. Tannehill, play action, and a wide-open Charles Clay.
Wide open.
Well, yeah, I would say the play action worked, huh?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the Seahawks don't travel well.
And Ryan Tannehill playing well. 132 left. Devon Best, 19-yard gain.
Devon Best is, I believe, one of the most underrated slot receivers in the league.
Keep it going, Tom. More Devon Best.
Give it to him.
Well, he works the middle. I'm telling you, he works the middle of the field very well.
I had a chance to play against him. He was probably one of the quickest receivers that I've ever faced.
His 25-yard reception sets up Dan Carpenter 43 yards out. That's how the Dolphins win by 3.
And Ryan Tannehill orchestrated that drive from deep inside his own territory. And again, as I said, the Seahawks just don't travel well. They are undefeated at home this year, 5-0. They are now 1-5 on the road. And it was a Dolphins team that was reeling, guys.
Yeah, they were. And they left early, too.
Patriots and the Dolphins with a win. New England can wrap up the division. It's nice. Whenever you can wrap up the division before Hanukkah begins, that's a big accomplishment. Started to rain just minutes before kickoff. Opening Dolphins drive. Brandon Fields can't get a handle on it. Gets tackled by Matthew Slater for a 10-yard loss. New England takes over from the 12-yard line. They give it to Stephen Ridley, who goes left, gets stopped, bursts into the end zone, puts the Pats up 7-0. Ridley's 9th touchdown of the season. Open the door, kick the door through, whatever that is. It's a touchdown. 2 Pats possessions later, 1st and 10 from their own 25. Tom Brady looking for Aaron Hernandez, but instead picked off by Rashad Jones. He returns it all the way for a touchdown, but hang on. Hang on. There's that yellow flag sign. Negates the touchdown. It's the first pick for Brady in the last 203 passes, though. The Dolphins would get a field goal. They trailed 7-3. Second quarter, next Patriots drive. Zoltan Mesko into punt. Mesko hit by Jimmy Wilson. Gets flagged for roughing the kicker. Extends the drive, gives the Patriots the ball. 10 plays later, it's Brady to Wes Welker. 7-yard touchdown. Pats up 14-3, the 44th straight game for a touchdown pass with Tom Brady, now, of course, the longest streak in the NFL. Ensuing Dolphins drive, Ryan Tannehill, sacked by Trevor Scott, recovered by Vince Wilfork. Things not going the Dolphins' way. Wilfork gives the ball to his wife, Bianca, in the front row. Wow, that's going to get you out a lot of house chores the next couple of weeks. Gostkowski would kick a field goal to make it 17-3. Ensuing Dolphins possession, Tannehill throws left to Brian Hartline, 17 yards and a first down to the 13. 4 plays later, Tannehill takes it, keeps it, and leaps into the end zone. Who knew he could do it like that? 17-10 at halftime. Fourth quarter, Patriots threatening, still 17-10. Brady back to pass. He gets sacked. He loses 7 yards. Pats would have to settle for a 32-yard Gostkowski field goal to go up 20-10. Dolphins sensing possibly this is their chance. Tannehill, 3rd and 4 from the Patriots 7. He's sacked by Gerard Mayo. Dolphins settle for a 33-yarder from Dan Carpenter. That cuts the lead to 20-13. Patriots get the ball back. Stephen Ridley, 11 yards for a first down to the Dolphins 30. That would lead to another Gostkowski field goal. 23-13 the score. Dolphins quickly drove down the field, made a 42-yard field goal. Dan Carpenter's onside kick. It was their last chance with 31 seconds left, and Brandon Lloyd recovers it. Hey, he's done something for the Patriots. Brandon Lloyd helps seal the game. Pats win at 23-16. The 201st win for Bill Belichick. Pats improved to 9-3.
NFC West leading San Francisco taking on Miami, which had dropped 4 of 5. Colin Kaepernick back home after suffering his first loss as a starter. Third quarter, it's just a 6-3 game. Andy Lee, the Pro Bowler, punting. Marcus Thigpen muffing it, and C.J. Spillman recovers. 2 plays later, it's Frank Gore. Underrated. 50th career touchdown ties the franchise record.
By who?
By Joe Perry and Roger Craig.
He did 21
Frank
reasons,
Gore's a
baby.
beast.
He's not underrated. We love it.
We do. We just don't talk that much about him. Fourth quarter, down 14. Ryan Tannehill to Anthony Fasano. That is a great throw and catch. Yeah, that's a touchdown. Look at that.
Equals 2 feet.
It also equals
touchdown.
The 1 butt. We learned that earlier.
1 butt.
Come on.
Same.
All right, so the Niners. Little play fake. This is what Colin Kaepernick brings to the table.
Yeah.
50 yards on that touch. He also threw for $185.
Jaguars and Dolphins, the Henny Bowl. Chad Henne spent his first 4 seasons with the Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Miami, after starting mediocre, they've lost 5 of their last 6. Second quarter, Dolphins ball. Game is tied at 3 apiece. Ryan Tannehill gets sacked by Jason Babin. Ball is knocked loose. Tyson Alualu recovers for the Jaguars at the Dolphins 20. Jaguars ball. This is the kind of day it was in South Florida. Next play, 1st and 10 from the Dolphins 20. Chad Henne, Justin Blackmon down the sideline for the 20-yard touchdown, but hang on a second. Penalty on the play. There is no touchdown. Watch it again. Guy Wimper is called for the illegal substitution. Did not check in as an eligible receiver. Normally that's the first thing you do. Hey, official, I'm eligible. Didn't happen. Jags would not score on the drive. They would get stopped on 4th and 1. Ending this drive not with a bang, but with a whimper. Oh, it was right there for me. Ensuing Dolphins drive, game still tied at 3. Reggie Bush takes the handoff, gets 11 yards. Ball now down at the Jaguars 6. 2 plays later, 2nd and goal at the 4. Tannehill looking for the immortal Javorsky Lane in the end zone for the touchdown. Dolphins lead 10-3 at the half. Third quarter, Dolphins still leading 10-3. 1st and 10, their own 28. Reggie Bush takes his handoff around the right side. We thought we would see a lot more of this season, but at least we're seeing it here. 53 yards later, Reggie Bush. This would lead to a 30-yard Dan Carpenter field goal. The Dolphins would take a 13-3 lead. Still 13-3 Dolphins. They have the ball 2nd and 7 on their own 43-yard line. Ryan Tannehill out of the pocket and scrambles. Says, Reggie makes it look so easy. Look at Tannehill evading tacklers. He gets 30 yards on the play. 31-yard field goal by Dan Carpenter would make it 16-3. Fourth quarter now, Jaguars still trailing 16-3, 4th and 1. Montel Owens is the go-to guy in the backfield. This is the season it's been for Jacksonville. He gets stopped. Dolphins take over on downs. Jason Trusnick on the stop from Ohio Northern University. Dolphins ball still 16-3. Tannehill, play action. Anthony Fasano, the 2-yard touchdown. The Dolphins lead 24-3, and that is your final. Tannehill, 220 and 2 touchdowns in the victory. Bills and the Dolphins, this was the Reggie Bush show. Second Dolphins drive, no score. 1st and 10 from the Bills 17. Ryan Tannehill gets it to Reggie Bush, who does the rest. Leaping into the end zone, 17-yard touchdown. Dolphins up 7-zip. Third quarter, Dolphins lead 14-3. Tannehill looking for Reggie Bush again. In the end zone, gets both feet down. Dolphins win it 24-10. Bush, 107 total yards to go with 3 touchdowns.
What about the Patriots? Plenty to play for Tommy and the boys.
Here come that man.
They beat the Dolphins. They're the 2 seed with Houston's loss. Brady to Wes Welker. 48th straight game with a touchdown pass, breaking a tie with 2nd place with Johnny Unitas. Drew Brees next in line. We'll see you in 2013 for that record. Second quarter, still 7-zip. 13th play of the drive, 4th and goal. If you're Bill Belichick, what do? You give it to Stephen Ridley.
They run the ball very well now. This is becoming
underrated part of their game, don't you think?
It is. You look past it because the quarterback is so darn good.
Third quarter, Dolphins down 21-zip. Ryan Tannehill dropped by Trevor Scott. Now Tannehill tries to get up here, and the rookie, he's about had enough. He would actually remain in the game. Fourth quarter, still 21-0. Brady to
The Gronk?
Is he back?
He's back.
Broken forearm and all, and the Patriots pitch a shutout, 28-0. to zip in this one.